In this video, I'm gonna show you guys exactly how to optimize your Google Ads campaign. And I'm gonna be showing you real life case studies where we were able to not only reduce cost per lead, but also increase conversion rate. And what that means for you is that you're gonna be generating more qualified calls from Google so that you can finally get predictable job calls coming in for your business and finally have a predictable way to scale. So I'm here in my dashboard. As you can see, we've managed over close to $17 million in ad spend now, specifically for a lot of local service businesses all throughout the US. We also have clients in Australia, New Zealand, Canada, in the UK. This video is going to apply to you if you own some sort of local service-based business and provide a service, or if you simply want to optimize your Google Ads campaign. Okay, so we have a ton of data on what works and what doesn't, so you can skip the learning curve and straight to results. As you can see, we've generated over 66,000 calls for our clients. Before I go deep into the campaigns and step-by-steps and show you the how-tos and technicalities, if you are looking to work with an agency and just have someone handle this for you and just kind of skip the guesswork, then I'm going to leave a link in the description for you to apply and book a call with me and my team. If you are looking for someone who to help you, teach you how to run the ads, and so that way you don't have to hire marketing companies, that way you finally know what's going on inside your marketing campaigns, and then lastly, finally have a working campaign that's trackable and measurable and predictable, then I also have a mentorship program that you can apply for, where I will personally teach you how to run all this Google Ads campaign and clear everything up so life is a lot easier. You can finally have a successful working Google campaign. All right, so let's dive right into it. So going into one of our client ad accounts here, this specific client is a plumbing company and he's in a very competitive area. Now, before us, if we look at his old campaign, which is now paused, as you can see, he spent about a little bit over $32,000 on this specific campaign. His cost per lead was around $270. And as you can see here, his conversion rate is only less than 12%. Now, for a lot of business owners like yourself, if you're running it yourself, or maybe if you have a marketing company that's running your ads, the industry average conversion rate is going to be anywhere between 8 to 12%. Okay, so if you go and look at your campaigns right now, you might fall within that range. Now, on the high end, you're going to be at maybe 15% conversion rate. And what we strive for as an agency for all of our clients is that we shoot for 20% conversion rate minimum, and we've seen it go up as high as 40% conversion rate. And what does that mean exactly? Okay, how does that benefit you guys, right? What that means is, let's say 100 clicks, right? You run your ads and you get 100 clicks on your ad. If you have a 10% conversion rate, that means you're generating 10 leads, right? Let's say you have a 15% conversion rate, now generating 15 leads. And if your conversion rate is at 20%, which means that you are generating 20 leads out of those 100 clicks that you're getting. Over time, those clicks starts to add up, those costs starts to add up. And so we want to be converting every single one of those clicks, as many as possible, into leads for your business. And so if you can bump your conversion rate from 10 to 20%, you're essentially doubling the amount of leads with the same amount of cost that you're already spending on Google Ads anyways. And by the way, if you want to start building high converting landing pages for your business, I personally recommend using Go High Level. They are a simple drag and drop platform that makes it super easy to create high converting landing pages for your business. On top of that, they have so many other features such as a built-in CRM, automations, and workflows so that you never lose any leads that come into your business. You're able to track your leads and integrate everything under one platform. It's all in one place, and I personally use it for my agency and for my own coaching program. And Go High Level is a total time saver, and I highly recommend it. I'm going to leave a link in the description for you to use, and you can activate the free trial to see if you like it or if you don't like it. And it also comes with goodies. So if you use my link specifically, I'm always adding more goodies in there. You're going to be able to get my snapshots, my landing page examples, and all that good stuff. So if you're looking to build high converting landing pages, then I highly recommend Go High Level. And same goes to if we're able to bump that up to 30%, 40%. What does that mean for your business? You're able to get a higher return on investment. You can triple or even quadruple the amount of leads by spending the same amount anyways. I'm gonna show you guys exactly how to do that in this video, okay? So don't you worry, I'm gonna show you guys all that good stuff. If we look at this campaign where you spent a little bit over $32,000, our conversion rate is considered industry average, which is you're looking like every other business that are running ads online, between 8 to 12% here. And if we go ahead and compare that with just one of our campaigns, okay, as you can see, we shoot for 20% minimum on the conversion rate side. And we spent the same amount. We spent about $32,000. Our conversion rate is at close to 26%. And then our cost per conversion dropped to $270 and we cut it down to $180, which means we've cut it by close to over $100, right? About $90, close to $100. Now, what does that mean? Like you spent $32,000 and you cut $100 per lead. That's a whole lot of leads that you're now generating with the same amount of cost that you're already spending anyways. So we bumped this up to 26% coming from his, I believe it was at 12%, right? 11, 12%. So we almost doubled his conversion rate by using the hacks I'm about to teach you guys. And when we double that, you're essentially doubling the amount of leads, you're cutting your cost per lead, and all that combination just means a higher return on investment. So where do we start? You can hear that I talk about conversion rate a lot. How do we boost a conversion rate from 10% to 20, 30, 40%? So that way we can start generating more leads, right? The number one driver of your conversion rate is assuming that you have your campaign set up properly, okay? If you don't have, obviously, if you don't have your campaign set up properly, then you need to go back and make sure that you set it properly. I have a video specifically on how to set up a Google Ads campaign to generate more leads for local service-based businesses. So if you're unsure if your campaign is set up the right way or not, make sure you check that video out on my channel. But assuming that you have your campaign set up properly, you're getting the right traffic on your ads. Now, the last thing that we need to tweak in order to get your conversion rate from 8 to 12% to 20, 30, 40% and above is your landing page, okay? Now, I'm gonna show you guys what a good landing page looks like and a bad landing page looks like. And I also have a very specific video on how to optimize landing pages, how to build landing pages, how to convert landing pages, video on my channel, okay? And I share my favorite tool and all that good stuff. Now, going back into my screen here, as you can see, if we just simply search up plumber near me, now it doesn't matter what niche you are in, okay? You could be a roofer, you could be an electrician, you could be a lawyer, you could be any niche, okay? Just search up whatever your niche is near me on Google, and you're gonna see people who are running ads, okay? Now, I'm gonna use these two companies as an example here. We have All City Plumbing, and then we have Rooter Man Plumbing. Now, both companies have really great offers, okay? The first offer they have is, All City, they have $89 drain cleaning. And then the second company here, Rooter Man, is doing $49 drain cleaning, okay? Going over offers, that's a whole separate thing. For your niche, depending on what your niche is, you obviously want to have a good offer when you're advertising, okay? You can have everything set up properly, everything looks perfect, but if you don't have a good offer compared to your competitors, then you're just not going to convert as well, okay? People who are searching things online are looking for a good deal. So if you don't have a good offer and you just sound generic like everybody else, or don't have a strong offer, like I said, then you're not going to convert no matter what. So we want to have a competitive offer when we're advertising anything online, okay? So in this case, we have 89 and 49. Now, I want to look at their landing pages, all right? As you can see here, this is All City Plumbing, and this is what you should be doing, by the way, exactly, just follow this step by step, right? So here we send the traffic to a website. Now, I would say 80% of you guys who are business owners, who are businesses that are running ads yourself, you're sending traffic to a website or a low converting landing page. And this just means that you're gonna be stuck with that 8 to 12% conversion rate. You're gonna have to live with that, right? And we don't wanna live with that. So if you're sending traffic to a website, you're gonna be stuck at the 8 to 12%. And do you know what I wanna know why? It's because you have too many external links. Look at all these links, right? Look at this pop up down here. You have a really good offer, or this person has a really good offer, but there's just a lot of stuff going on, okay? This is a website, or I don't blame them. And there's just a lot of external links. They have great branding, all that good stuff, but you can convert so much better if you sent it to a landing page, okay? Why is a landing page better than a website? Why should I send traffic to a landing page over a website? Good question. So people who are searching for things online, and people in today's generation in general, right? We have the attention span of a goldfish. And what that means is you have about 7 seconds to turn that visitor who's on your page now into a lead for your business. And it takes about maybe 2 to 3 seconds for your web page to actually load. So that means we're down to 4 to 5 seconds to give that person all the information that they need in order to move forward with our business. Now, in the ideal world, we want someone to click on our ad, visit our page, and call us or give us the information. We don't really want them clicking around, looking at us dance on TikTok, Instagram, or Facebook. Call us, book us in, right? That's all we want. That is the goal as the business owner who is running ads. So what should we really be doing? We want to send it to a landing page that looks something like this, all right? And what is the main difference here? As you can see, there are no external links. There's nothing that I can press on this page that's going to take me away from this page. It's a one pager. As you can see, it gives all the information that we need. There are plumbers in these areas here. Here's their offer. And then they have the top of the fold, which is right above here. They have their strong offer at $49. They have a clear call to action. Needing an emergency plumber, call this number. And then you can also schedule online with financing available. And this is so awesome. I love to use this as an example of a high converting landing page. And as you can see here, they have great branding as well. There are real people on this page. I see so many times businesses are running ads, sending it to a page where like there's no humans, there's no faces on this page. And what that does is I don't know who I'm calling. I don't know who I'm hiring. I'm not going to call this business. Okay. So if you're sending it to a page, make sure you send it to a page that has good branding or decent branding, okay? It doesn't need to be professional, but what you need is to be, you can take your iPhone and just take photos of you working on the field or you with your team or your trucks or your branding or your office, whatever it is, but just make it seem authentic. Let the people know who they're calling and why you can be somewhat trusted, right? Because having faces on the page is better than nobody on the page, right? You want to have decent branding or good branding. And so as you can see here, there's nothing that I can do on this page except schedule online or call them. Those are the only two actions that I can do on this page. That is how you get out of the 8 to 12% jail conversion, right? And very clear. So great, kudos to this landing page, amazing job. And so if your landing page doesn't look something like this, then that is why you're stuck with the lower conversion rate. And if you need me and my team to get in there and build this out for you and manage it for you, then don't forget to book a call with me and my team. Now, that is the stress of the importance of building landing pages. So step one, we've gone over the landing page. We're kind of working backwards here. And that's, I would say, is one of the most important key things that you need in order to have an amazing, successful Google Ads campaign. Too many business owners, too many Google Ads people think that they can just slap together a Google Ads campaign and be successful with it. That might have worked when it was called Google AdWords back in like 2010 or so. But now that we're on 2025, things are a little more advanced now. Everyone is advertising online. We need to figure out ways to stand out. Okay. Now, the second thing that I'm going to look at is your keywords, right? Now, if we dive into the keyword section here, as you can see, we have a ton of keywords. This is in the old campaign, by the way. And we could see that we are generating leads. Okay. We have conversions here. I like to look at what are our lowest converting keywords. Okay. So let's just go to clicks real quick here. Here are our clicks. Okay. We're getting the most clicks on this keyword called drain cleaning. Now you want to go into your keyword section, and assuming you've been running ads for quite some time now, so you should have somewhat of good data on it, right? So good data means you have maybe a couple thousand impressions. Maybe you have more than 10, 15, 20 clicks on a single keyword. And so that should be sufficient enough for you to know, is this working or is it not working? Okay. So with the keywords, we're looking at clicks, right? So for this example, drain cleaning, we got 77 clicks. We spent a total of $1,000, close to $1,700. And our conversion rate is less than 5%. So that means that this keyword is clearly not working. If we know that our average conversion rate needs to be for this specific campaign is at, between 8 to 12%, and we are below that after spending $1,700 and getting 77 clicks, that means that this keyword isn't working for this campaign. And so we would want to pause out that campaign, okay? Or not that campaign, but we want to pause out this specific keyword. Now, if we look at the second keyword here, okay, clogged drain service, and we see that the cost per lead, it generated about 11 leads, and the cost per lead on this is $227. And we see that we spent $2,500 on it, which means we have sufficient data on it. And our conversion rate is at close to 18%, 17.5%. We know that for this campaign, the average conversion rate was 11%. And we know that industry average is between 8 to 12%. This is performing as 17.5%, which is above both of those numbers, which means that this is our winning keyword. And so what should we do in this case? We want to leave this keyword on and continue targeting it, doubling down on it maybe. And that is how Google is going to allocate more of your budget towards the right keywords. And in order to do that, we need to pause out the ones that aren't working. So when it comes to keyword strategy, it's pretty straightforward, right? You just look at the data, get sufficient data on it, spend a little money to get data. If you are a brand new campaign and maybe you spent like, I don't know, $200, $500 on your campaign and you want to call it quits, simply just don't have enough data to say this worked or this didn't work for your business. The next thing that I want to cover with you guys is your negative keywords, okay? So many of you guys do not have nearly enough negative keywords in your campaign. Important thing about having negative keywords is that it filters out the traffic, okay? If you don't have negative keywords, you're gonna start getting clicks and irrelevant traffic coming into your business, and that's why you get bad quality leads, and that's why you get a lot of people who are inquiring about not your services that you want to advertise for, right? So we want to be adding negative keywords. It's so important, okay? As you can see here, this campaign has 552 negative keywords in this campaign. Now, you might think that sounds a lot, but Google is the #1 search engine in the world. And what that means is people are searching for all types of things. And on top of that, Google is more than happy to blow through your budget by giving you all sorts of clicks and traffic. So we don't want that. We want to maximize our dollar. We want great traffic coming in, okay? We don't want to be paying for irrelevant traffic. We don't want people paying or clicking on our ads, looking for another company, looking for a different service, don't know who we are. We don't want that. We want people who are ready to book, call us, right? And if we compare this campaign with our campaign, right? We have over 5,000 negative keywords, as you can see, compared to a measly 500 negative keywords. And so we have so much data from just running ads, managing ads for $17 million in ad spend now, that we just gather all the negative keywords that we built over time from all ad accounts. And we literally just take that and paste that into our clients' ad accounts, our partners' ad accounts. And so that's how we're able to achieve over 5,000 negative keywords. And this is all types of words to really make sure that we're cleaning and filtering out the traffic that we only want. We don't want bad traffic clicking on our ads. So this is a case of just having a lot of data, okay? Obviously for you guys might not have managed over $17 million in ad spend, but the key note that I want you to take away from this is that you need to be adding negative keywords into your campaign. If you are not consistently doing that, continue to get bad quality traffic and bad clicks on your ads, and you're not, spending your money wisely. And so how do we look up negative keywords to add? Okay, what we want to do is go right up into this tab here under insights and reports. We want to go down to search terms and click on that. And then from here, we're going to see what keywords are triggering our ads. So for example, this search came through Ferguson, Los Angeles. Someone searched up Ferguson, Los Angeles, and that triggered our ad. That means someone searched up for a different company. So we want to exclude this word into the negative keywords, okay? For plumbers near me, that's a great keyword that triggered our ad. We want to keep that. So that is why we have that on, okay? But things like the word rental, right? People who are looking to rent and stuff like that. We don't want these words to be triggering our ads. We don't want to be spending money on these clicks. And so what we want to do is make sure that we're adding them to the negative keywords. And that's going to filter out traffic. That's going to clean up traffic for your ads. And that's how you can maximize your dollars. The last thing that I want to cover with you guys is your ad copy. The ad copy is probably the second most important thing because it's so underlooked, right? You can put together your keywords. You know that you have to target your best keywords. You understand that the landing page and the traffic, their site that you're saying traffic to needs to be awesome. You want to make sure your campaign setup and settings are all correct. And no one really thinks about the ad copy. The ad copy is so important because that's literally what is going to persuade the user from clicking on your ad and becoming a lead to not being interested at all. So if we say things like over 5 years experience, nobody cares about that, okay? That's not going to make me want to hire you over somebody else. Someone else might have over 10 years of experience. What if they say something like that, right? Fast, reliable plumbing, finest rooter in plumbing. So what happens here is that a lot of ad copy is just very generic. That isn't great, right? A lot of generic ad copy is not good ad ad copy, okay? We want to be specific. What is our offer? What is our call to action? What is our incentive for people to click on our ad and turn into a lead for our business or become a customer? So if we go through here, right? Water heaters, someone searching up water heater, they already know what they're searching up, okay? We don't need to see water heater installation, repair, and replacement all in one ad copy, okay? If we scroll down more, unclog shower drain. So what should your ad copy actually look like? Well, I like to break it down into 3 headlines. 3 headlines is what Google allows you to write in your ad. Headline number 1, it needs to tell the user what it is that you're advertising and essentially what it is that they're looking for. So if they are searching for, it doesn't matter what niche you're in, like I said, okay? So let's just say that they are searching for a water heater repair. Your first headline needs to say, water heater repair, number 1 water heater repair, or water heater repair special promo, whatever it is. It needs to say what the user is searching up. What is it that they're looking for? That's the main important part. So headline number 1 is like the what, all right? Now headline number 2, it could be a mix of things, right? It could be the first thing, which is your call to action, call for a free estimate, call to book today, call for a free consultation, call for something, okay? That's your call to action. Another second headline use could be an incentive. An incentive could be a coupon, a promo, a discount, right? So for a water heater, let's say $100 off today, call for $100 off. That is an example of an incentive, a discount. Another incentive may be same day service. We'll be there in an hour or less. We'll be there in 30 minutes, right? Why should the user call us is our second headline. Now, the third headline is essentially the credibility headline. Now, the third headline doesn't always get shown on Google just based off their algorithm, but the third headline isn't as important as the first 2. The first 2 is the most important. The third one is credibility. So we can say things like 10 years of experience, family owned and operated. We can say over 5,000 reviews, things that are going to add authority or add credibility to our business. All right, guys, so that is exactly how you optimize your Google Ads campaign. My name is Jordan, and if you found this video helpful whatsoever, please drop a thumbs up on this video. It means so much and it helps this channel and this video so much more. And if you have questions, if you run a business yourself, or maybe you are an agency owner, media buyer, and you have questions, leave it in the comment section below. And as always, if you are looking for a team to run your ads for you or someone to teach you this stuff so that you don't need to figure out yourself, then I'm gonna leave both of those links in the description below for you to book a call with me and my team. If we are a good fit, we'll be more than happy to help you out and help you scale your business.